Yana munyina sensan so mama kwa babio emfa momra ekosi sen dwumedie yi eso. Yede beginning the year right series no ena ebremo ene eye day 3 of this amazing series yede bremo at the beginning of every year. And ye share yana pomoden ho ensem. It's the 10 rules for healthy living in 2023. Dr. William Okyere Frempong, or a medical practitioner and a life coach, and a boy to take us through these rules. You started with rule 1. You share you did here twice or 9 more rules to go. Doc, after rule 2,
if I exercise, exercise regularly. Generally, I'll say move. And this one is also important because we are talking about dealing with obesity and all of that. Now, a bit more, there's no compulsion to exercise. It will catch, even you bring a spiritual dimension. So, 1 Timothy 4:8, for physical training is of some value. You know, also better say, Proverbs 28:1, said, the wicked run when no man is pursuing them. But the importance of exercise cannot be overstated. There's what the thing that we say now is that sitting is the new smoking. You know, whereas in time past we know of the countless number of physical illnesses and diseases that could be related or attributable to smoking. Now we are also establishing, say, more than ever, there are a lot of these lifestyle diseases that are related to sitting. That is, i.e., major sedentary lifestyles. For instance, some statistics I pulled from the WHO indicate that average person is sitting 12 hours a day.
On the average.
But you know, we are built not to sit. The human build is really one for mobility. But we are sitting 12 hours averagely. And then the fourth leading risk factor globally for mortality, that's death, from super sedentary lifestyle.
And take a crampo. No from office. No, I question a car. No coffee.
Or do office grow for elevator.
Oh, you so staircase or the elevator never come the office.
You know,
air conditions in so bad.
Everything they will, if previously ubeko juma kwaye shopping crowd. Now you can get it delivered to you at home. So there's very little movement, and 3.2 million deaths are now attributable to super sedentary lifestyle, etc. Because there's increased obesity, then it contributes to increasing cholesterol levels, high blood sugar, etc., etc. So when you have this situation now, it's something we have to watch. So what are some of the things I would recommend for people to do this year? Aim at doing 30 minutes exercise at least 3 times in a week.
Okay, into 3 times in every week, you know.
Minimum 30 minutes. And it's very easy to do that because these days on TV and things like that, people are doing this aerobic. So just follow. So time them when they start, follow. When you finish, shower, take your bath, go to work. Then join some physical activity group. So there's some that come together on Saturday to do a walk or a run or things like that. Those also help you because then you put in accountability, you know, and things
and
like
that. And health work, if the eating is not over, not just at least if the goal for many might not be to lose weight. So we are talking about a maintenance, a certain kind of healthy balance where you are not over, you know, on any side now. And they should just look at those things and set reminders. On your, and there are these wearable devices, these smart devices that actually can tell you, say, it's time to move, or you haven't made a certain number of steps today until move. If your workplace can allow and you can have a higher desk where you can adjust up and stand at some point in the course of the day, you know, and also do that, and then or take breaks. So instead of sitting a long stretch, time yourself, take breaks. When you get a call, stand and then It helps you move rather than sit and then take the call, because at least you are not doing anything at the desk when you are on the call. So take that opportunity to take a break. Nante, now I'm saying back. And so these are the recommendations I have here for exercise.
For exercise.
And number 3. Rule number 3, I'm saying cut down on alcohol and quit smoking and hard drugs. These contribute to a lot of lifestyle related
alcohol.
Yes, cut down on alcohol and quit smoking entirely, and hard drugs as well, because there are things with addiction, and then you have depression. You have also alcohol abuse, which can be harmful to the unborn child, heart diseases, erectile dysfunction, and people who abuse alcohol also are prone to relationship issues, violence and increased risk of injuries and liver diseases and cancers, etc. For all of these reasons, if you cut down your alcohol consumption, or you can quit entirely, or as for the smoking, quit entirely, it would be beneficial in the long run. Isaiah 5:22 and say, woe to those who are heroes at drinking wine and champions at mixing drinks. Just say, or to me
or combination.
So cut it down. In fact, the more studies are coming up that suggest that even the potential benefits that we have known, say some kind of alcohol consumption presents is negated by the negative impact overall. You as a rule, what I would say is that cut down, make sure you are not abusing alcohol, but especially on smoking. Every kind of medical condition you can think, over 200 of them can be linked to
smoking.
To smoking.
Wow.
And then we can now go to 4.
Rule number 4.
Now, rule number 4, I have here hygiene and work safety.
Okay.
Pay attention to personal hygiene, environmental hygiene, and then work safety.
Yeah.
So work safety issues like wearing your safety boots, gloves. Those who work in noisy areas, they have these protective headphones. It will amaze you, say, some workmen don't simply want to wear it. And I mean, when I was at the Kolebu accident and emergency, there's no week that passes where you have a workman our bar the fingers drill like a slice fingers na hange hosa, and you ask them, invariably they were not in the safety glass or sha umfili ejumani. Until whatever work you are doing, if there's a safety tool or safety wear that accompanies it, share wear it. Screen also, we've been told that the exposure for a long time and things like that. So nowadays there's this screens that are made protective and things for the safe for the eye for long use and things like that. Let's make sure we make the place safe. And also the chairs we sit on, are they ergonomically friendly? Do they support the back and the spine wall? And all of that present challenges. So, and then let's come to the hygiene. At least for an adult, try and approach, certain sense of, hygiene. But take your bath, boxers, change the boxers. Now, I just had
1 week. A bit rich, one box at 1 week. And I'm say about them. Say
and all of that. And then the skin care and all of that.
And for winning boxers, the end kind man. I mean, because I don't see why say what's your boxer back. Now uko jaria, obese the same boxer. I don't understand. At least share one ujari wia men she bi oyi she foforo
na je say obi o yan say so unjari o
say we're joining Save Water, Friends of Water.
You know, in the personal hygiene, they're very important.
So critical.
Very important. And they are boys now. Abe fashionable say you be ja aboje say ubi die na already na aboje say ye basa.
Debris na
untimi keeping it clean
well. So shave or groom it well, and it contributes to your health and well-being. Actually increases your personal sense of confidence. If you smell good, you look body, mouth odor.
Sure. 3 years on if I say 3 years on call dentist
ever.
Yeah, who ni nyina.
Ono yi ni simoni. Oh Lord.
The personal hygiene is very
personal
important.
Hygiene. And then your home, your environment, mosquitoes, cockroaches, rodents all populate an area and bring in diseases that we do not anticipate simply because we do not keep a clean environment, especially the gentlemen this year. Actually, when you take a step of when you wake up and you tidy your room, it sets your day right.
Sure.
You know, but when you leave a room as if a hurricane has, you know, your whole day is never set right. So make it a goal to maintain a clean environment, clean personal hygiene. Change the bed sheets. Bed sheets ni bi wa so be 1 month. Na bed sheets na gasa oda so utuminya cold. Na oba back to it, you know.
The same bed sheet obi ho and the brush or the chichi say 1 year, 1 brush.
Ne towel or the jare obi enkensu. Towel ne kensu na just the panel but say all day wash towel ne the obuwa.
It is towel. Change your toothbrush. At least visit a dentist this year.
Absolutely.
This year inquire a dentist ho. Koshe weni me yenshe weni mau ebeya ENT yen check it.
Let me tie that point in with the next point because we are going to mention that there. Point number 5. Proper health seeking habits.
Fantastic.
Into number 1, seeking healthy foods and dietary habits.
Yes.
Number 2, explore, move, exercise regularly. Exercise. Number 3, cut down alcohol and quit smoking.
Yes.
Number 4, personal hygiene as a general, and then work safety. And then 5, proper health seeking habits.
Good.
In our part of the world, many of us, attitude towards healthcare, and very good.
Terrible.
And very good. Obi Waha, let me just cut to the chase so that we can make the time. Now, the first encouragement I'm giving under this is that you should educate yourself about health issues.
Okay.
At least, and yes, I will medical degree, but in the minimum, know something about, you know, what leads to cholesterol, foods, etc. You know, what causes this, you know, and things like that. People still believe, you know, ujna ewiemu na unya certain
vitamin D
and things uye ejahu ejuma na umoja sote and things like that. You know, and to educate yourself, because education is one treatment for against ill health.
Yes.
Then number 2, know your numbers.
Okay. So
what numbers are we talking about? Your BP. As an adult, you should know what your regular BP is, so that if it goes off, then we know that you know. So make it a point. Say you know what your BP, your numbers are. The one number is BP. Then your sugar level, because we are finding increasingly disease. We thought disease of adults and things in 25-year-olds. 30-year-olds in stroke and things like that. And to know your sugar level, know your cholesterol level, know your BMI, know your at a certain age, know your prostate, your PSA score. You know, so it means that you are, at least if you are not, you'll be on during the year. At least make it a point. Every year, once a year, you do some of this screening to know baseline. Send a boy as practitioner every year. Anytime there's a derangement, we're able to catch it early.
Okay.
Because stroke, they don't happen all of a sudden. Naturally, say Asha said that you have overlooked it for quite a while. Until at least give yourself that goal this year. You would ensure yourself this checkup to know
numbers, weight,
these numbers,
sugar level, BP,
cholesterol. Yeah. And now visit a qualified person.
Okay.
There are many people or more area their advisors are people who don't have any degree in health, or they listen to the quacks.
Yeah.
Or be hospital no or corner down for no man or kind of problem. So me yare no way near
the man into also kotobi.
No wakoto. So or they are reading, you know, from places.
Obi also atna ka mu a obi a beton wadro betobi. Hey, me ko ko yam mo je say when you atna ka mu no say a draw for be 10 na be ba
betobi or solving the problems.
In running in also say yare ba ko.
And to get advice from a qualified person. And also it goes without saying, so don't take advice from unqualified people.
Sure.
And then also don't self-medicate. Or you know a pharmacy or see mommy wake membo edrodin mommy wake just on one combination so you say na ya mama we and one yenom no or the atuaso the yenemba and all of those. Anytime you take something in excess in not in the appropriate dosage and whatever, it's a potential poison. It's potential risk for your liver, your kidney, you know, and you are shutting down certain vital organs simply because you are not pay the best of attention. There are people who take better care of their cars, you know, than they do their body. You know. Ne kan utne mount min didi wo so emuti enso ko hwe ono ane brutal. You know, and so see a dentist at least if you've never seen one before this year, see one, because the oral health is very vital to your general well-being as well, and pay attention to mental health. If you notice that there are certain things that are going off about your behavior, your conduct, people are telling you every now and then, your HR is noticing, you know, certain issues, and you're really struggling and dealing with these things, talk to a healthcare. I mean, in our country, speaking to a psychologist and as a psychiatrist, we've almost made it an anathema. You know, hey, psychiatrist, I want to refer to, hey, psychiatrist. Not just say, you know, I say, I'm okay, I'm all right. Oh, my thinking is, but you know, a stitch in time saves nine. Let's do it. And then finally on this, let me also encourage our audience. Hospital. So to me, all of these limitations, to me, hospital. Take time to ask questions. If you are not clear about anything. There's some people who leave the consulting room more confused than and things like that. But the doctor looking at the queue behind is more inclined to think say what's sorry now Okodia, then it means you understand everything. And he say ubisana they would take time to explain. You know, because sometimes you tell you know, there's a this thing, let me share it with your audience. You know, from you know, nice fancy man. You know, discuss his diabetes condition and all. We have talked about the need for diet and all. So doc, no channel. So doc, na esse diets no mean before me meals and after me meals. I just say I don't know. Did double or did meals now no I diet no so clearly this person didn't understand what you said. It's like the person who you're trying to control the sugar, the person, you know, say that bread say slice, you know, don't obisa now say bread is a mommy's the body and if I made until this woman comes, sugar is still no progress. Until we are monitoring until we did dinner to say, doc, BB can be a me. Now, as a pan on crisis, I mean, this slice. It's a man for pan, no, but then and make him for one slice. You know, so we're not communicating with precision, and people have a foggy idea about what we mean when we say do this and do that. The last you know, anecdote I'm telling on the need for you to seek clarity that I heard that a young man be who know town will be no crab box iron. No, you know, box iron
oh binya vem bisan say anakracha na
box iron.
I say oh doctor say me just what nti me am fire nti
okra box
iron no doctor no say on fire nti wa fire when I one alcohol doctor can say watch your drinking now say what tomorrow nti na
oh no man or
when you go to the consulting room that's a here you know explanation
clarity
just ask. Don't even say that I'll go and Google or something like that. It's the reason why the practitioner is there. And ordinarily, no, they on nankasa ochiro mu ye answer na what with you. But we understand that there is a lot of pressure. Wangasa uti do nichi no open tema by inside and think. But once you are in there, that is your stage. Make use of it, and you get the needed help. And we are halfway. Through the 10 points. Yenko 6.
Yenko number 6.
Number 6 here, practice safe and sanctified sex and sexuality. This area is also another creeping concern. You know that it's bothersome. There's a certain craving to be harder, longer, and wetter faster. Inti obi young people one nomnyema aphrodisiacs ne eyi. And all of those without appropriate measurements, doses, and they challenging their liver and kidneys, just to
last long in bed.
There has to be, you know, some level of moderation here as well this year. Of course, we know that sex is good and beneficial. It's good for exercise. It's good psycho, social health, mood improvement, and boosting immune system and all. It has good advantages, but anything in excess is bothersome. So let's revisit our ABCs. Abstain. Be faithful to a partner.
And
this
condom
year.
use.
Use a condom. And boys now, you know, risky behavior, also and things like that. AIDS is still real. And there are a lot of, you know, STIs and diseases that we can simply avoid by using the condom if that is your. And let me also add the D to it, that don't medicate unnecessarily. One now offer aphrodisiac. He wants to last for 2 hours. My question is, are you drilling a borehole? Just say, And then also the women. Sadly, there's this practice about intimate bleaching and douching and all of these vaginal tightness and things. A lot of things on modisha say just to increase the grip. Who say plier and say pencil say whatever. But it's all affecting health. And before you realize, you complicate it with infertility and you are blocking the tubes and all of that. Those things, we should this year ensure that we exercise good control over these. Then number 7, adequate rest and recreation.
Wow.
Adequate rest and recreation. I know it's a popular that sleep is for the weak, but actually sleep is for the strong.
You have to sleep.
Sleep is for the strong.
On Tuesday, Dr. Bodin, I check and he said rest, because at least 8 hours minimum.
Yes. You do the decent 6 to 8 hours. Is decent, and it helps the body reset. You know, because there's a lot helping to the hormones that come in, help to reduce stress, improve memory, decision making, boost your immune system, give you a better mood, and overall helps to contribute to decreasing your risks for cardiovascular diseases. So rest. Sleep. And then the recreation. These days, everything is digital. And in fact, the incidence of childhood obesity no cry higher these days, because in fact when we were growing up, we got to get pillow low, law Peter law, and say me to na me man say law Peter law. You know, chaskele, all of these help you move
very
things
good,
like that. But it's been reduced to phone games and electronic games and things. Even the football we were mounting pools to play,
Obebono, the screen, so
TV. So, and to have a pastime, when we talk about recreation, a pastime or a hobby that enables you exert yourself, you know,
to move around
and do something that you enjoy. Those things release certain hormones that help counter stress hormones into overall, and helps your immune system, your cardiovascular health, and all of that. Into for recreation, also make time to go to take a leave. Obi ejuma de
uncle leave
10 years uncle leave that ono kwa no ni ma de oteso o ga say uncle leave o say HR bet me convert am and cash amame. You know, but if you don't take rest, someday you'll be forced to take it, and it probably might be a permanent rest. And to take a rest, take vacations, do something that relaxes you. Take a road trip to the countryside, just visit a spa. You know, do something different once in a while. No, plan to do something different in a year. And you know,
even spa than this year they cost spa.
Now, even in the minimum, at least do some hobby you like, so be a hobby football.
Sure.
You know, World Cup you say Messi ye nipa Messi winnie you know, it improves our you know, mood and all of that. Omo want me and qualify no obi omura ho, but nansi omo so mwenye skabi obebi nti a balance
go Saudi Arabia
nti sa no obi be class say me ma shout out ma Messi fans bi o Elvis ne Nat ne bia ne Newman na CR7 fans na omo every time bi omo the goals na arguments na say last ni amiba mo ne Juventus mo no almost but this season the season it go share Argentina say I'm sure that if you look at how well you know people feel after all of it
has a way of
it uplifts your mood and things. Find a recreation or a hobby that lifts your mood. Now I say all supported teams or team papa because be more supported team be a team na
they be na
they be a
mood
antihypertensives near you to so you know, so find I'm just adding a lot of gist to make this light, but I think the point remains, say find things that help you can help you lift your mood, you know, and things like that. Then number 8, prevention through vaccination.
Okay.
There you know, knowledge has abounded in several ways and made things very simple. Say you don't have to wait to get the thing to get treated.
Okay.
Just get the vaccine, immunized, and then you are protected. It's one of the smartest ways of living. You know, look at the 6 childhood killer disease that we are dealt with for. So these days we hear very little of them, and we see fewer people even with polio because of, you know,
vaccines.
So the vaccines work. I mean, without doubt.
More vaccines, but not conspiracy theories. They can say
so they go with their kids to get the vaccine, and yet who adults know was
because Oba Eco Hospital me against polio, against measles, against swine,
all those
a group penny there now who be theories
almost thrown it down, no, and so on. No, or they were intellectualize the idea now because you take your child. So for me, it's counterintuitive. Say none of, at least as at now, we don't produce any of these here, so they come from the same sources. So if there's a conspiracy to wipe us out, and then say, they do it from the babies rather than the adults. And that's there are lots of vaccines available again, and people can look at them. Hepatitis, you can vaccinate, cervical cancer, COVID-19. You know, lately it is there is a resurgence in
China,
you know, and things like that, and there are boosters available. Obi, it meets now one doses no I expire. Now say incinerate.
Wow.
Whereas if you took it, you are not. We are not saying that you are. It's
100%.
You know, but you give yourself a better chance. At this point, I also encourage people say go to any clinic nearby and visit their vaccination center. It's free, and then also once you go there, pass by the wellness unit.
Okay.
It's also every Ghana Health Service facilities now, you know, required to have these wellness units where you can walk in to check your BP or whatever,
for free.
For free.
Okay.
People should take advantage. Once you go there to take the shot, you know, just walk in and do this, because prevention is better than cure. Last part 1, number 9. we're talking about proper financial health planning. Or should I say health financial, not financial health, but planning for your health finance.
Okay.
A very important, but we don't care. And even that adds more stress to the situation. Nipa no BP condition, they probably would, succumb to some. Absolutely. And my first prescription is that take an insurance, and the basic one. National health insurance. Yes. At least Unisikakura have that one. It would help you in the day of crisis. And then also, if you are able to afford, get a private
insurance.
Insurance is like that. People think that maybe I rent in hospital, spend this car with their insurance, but as a tour now who say
it's true.
And then also put some in liquid, some cash for times when some of the things that are required are not on insurance orders, and some procedure that you need to do that is not covered, or things like that. And then also for those approaching retirement, Obi, the cost of them trying to meet their medication needs in retirement. Time now usika more, and most of them who are working workplace health insurance covers them and things like that. Would retire, all of those are redrawn, and now you have to pay out of pocket. You're looking at between 400 to 800, an average of about 600 if you have certain conditions. It's just going to buy drugs to keep you going. They should plan for that period, so that they can still be on the medications. And lastly, the last point number 10, for me as a person of faith, I believe it's a positiveness, and faith is a vital ingredient. I mean, you can refer to a number of studies that talk about how that people who are of a certain faith or religious or spiritual persuasion have a better outlook to life, that gives them more resilience, and less prone to suicides and things like that. And I'll recommend that strongly for those people who are people of faith, and also for positiveness for those who are not of strict spirituality. That everything in this time, there's no point trying to keep up with the Joneses. May top pressure, and you create all sorts of problems for yourself. So stop worrying about things that you are not in control of. Change the way you look at it if you can't change the it you are looking at. Worrying leads to BP, migraines, mental health, all of those things. I think the scriptural injunction in Matthew 6:27 to 29, which of you by worrying can add even a cubit of hair to your stature? It should be a guiding one. And in closing, I probably would refer to Philippians 4:6-8. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto, and the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will keep your heart and your mind through Christ Jesus our Lord. Into recap these 10 points now mentioned. We said number 1, healthy food and dietary habits this year should be a goal for everyone. Remember the ABC D. Number 2, exercise regularly. Move. Don't sit. Just move. And then number 3, cut down alcohol, quit smoking, quit hard drugs. These are a danger to your health. Number 4, practice hygiene and work safety. Personal hygiene, environmental hygiene, work safety, very, very key. Number 5, proper health-seeking behavior. And cophobia drone, and don't sit in a vehicle, as Obi said, running or only if you're a pharmacy or no be in a domestic drug shop. Then number 6, where we talked about safe and sanctified sex and sexuality practices, the inordinate desire for to be erotic, aroused, and continuously abusing aphrodisiacs and alcoholic beverages just to be potent or bigger. And then Number 7 is adequate rest and recreation.
Yeah.
The need for sleep, and also the need for recreation, hobbies, and good things like that. And number 8, prevention through vaccination. Take advantage of the science and the medicines, and protect yourself. And then number 9, you say health, finance, proper financial planning for your health. And then number 10, positiveness and faith. There's really no point in worrying over it when it does. You can't change
only control
over the circumstance.
Stop worrying.
Just be confident that as you keep doing the right things, taking your medications and believing God for healing and for better outcomes, that you get better.
Fantastic. The man say, Doc, why on here go through points? Maybe a phone lines na ebi obi wa question be the mad doc webusa na doc year no at the amount. The number to call said the money me 0302 216546 and a 0548 955 947 548 955 947 and 0302 216546. Na question be a will be no door kwa hedi busano na unyano emfa. Emma we say good day, Obi. Please ask Doc, what about those going to the gym to gain some kind of structure? Obi, they are sometimes been told to take some supplement so that they can get the desired shape they want, or the macho body we see. I want to know if there is any side effect or any consequences at the end. Sadat or Sabon Zongo here in Accra. Wait, say, Obi, please ask Doc for me. When is the right time to take in water after meals? Because that thing is so no na eba up. Obi wa who did kwa na no munsu e say men no munsu. Who did we or say what train? Doc, scientific. Especially eating and drinking water, and we take his supplement when they hit the gym.
Taking it right.
Sure,
okay.
Sure.
And for the first one, supplements, bodybuilders, etc. The general principle was what I established. And I say supplements are only necessary if there is inadequate.
Okay.
If per a certain physical regime or need to build a certain frame, either for occupational purposes or for whatever the ends are. No?
Yes.
If these have been assessed, and it's important that people see, take advice of an expert, because even when it comes to bodybuilding, there are experts at it. But there are some people
yes.
Even if he's telling you to take, he doesn't know in what quantity, in whatever. So I would prefer say, you ensure that this advice, because the temp rules who follow, you seek advice from a qualified person. So is this person who is teaching you to take these competent to do that? I can't sit here and make a general rule, because I do not know your body's function, and things like I haven't done any test to see a baseline that says that you need this, etc., etc. All that we know is that anything that is done in excess has harmful effects, and also there's a certain level of should I say exposure to certain things that people, I don't know whether that's what he's talking about, steroids, and that has effects, and truth be told, I think that one ought to be careful. So if it's to stay fit and trim, but if it's they're professional and they are professional bodybuilders and things like that, I would say that let them refer to the professional who, or the nutritionist or dietitian, because all of those sports disciplines have appropriate professionals who have studied the area to provide better counsel.
That's true.
Water also, the water thing, just really say the stomach is a sack. Whatever you eat goes there. Why they say that maybe drink after and things is that if you feel it, then you are not able to take more. But if you are thirsty, you should drink. And at the end of the day, it all goes into the same sack. So it's really about that at the end of the day, you know that this is how much is required for my nutritional or metabolic needs, and I'm getting it on this plate, and I'm going to consume all of it. Them. So, as to I haven't
the point say udidi na unum nsuo alongside nsuo ne be dilute nutrients na
it be true. if you're thirsty,
you have to.
Drink the water. I think that some of these folklore, the thing that they were trying to prevent is you filling the stomach so that then your satiety is decreased. And I just say you don't. That is, and then sometimes some of the things they say ujaria and things like that, and now udrumu and things like that. There is some larger wisdom, but then they shroud it in some who did not say you are thirsty and you want to drink
water,
but don't take so much that you cannot eat. Continue eating.
It's true. Where's Obi? Ask Doc, what about those who cannot do balanced diet? Because the moment they change what they have been eating for a long time, they completely lose appetite. Especially changing fufu and ampesi for any other diet is disastrous for me. Gasti man, will break. Fufu and ampesi. Osasana wewu.
Okay, but I know a different issue. I know a diversity, no.
Sure.
But even if it's the fufu you're eating, the balanced diet in there has to be, in the appropriate proportions and
of all the nutrients.
On try say obe introduce
variety
something else to also get the nutrient from that side as well. But
fufoni ampesi nko as had
obi say when dear I say alcoholic when you withdrawal. You can't take it away, but just saying every now and then when you have opportunity to do something new, do it rather than morning, afternoon, evening, 7 days of the week, the same, you know.
Obi, good afternoon. This education has been very insightful and inspiring, trust me, especially the bit about the food supplement. Good start to the year and kudos to you and your fantastic production team. And this is from Richmond, or Standard Chartered Bank, where it's Obi, fantastic delivery from Dog. But since he's advising the youth on aphrodisiacs, any natural recommendations for us? Because now guys make we cool and we do not know why. Also, please don't mention my name. I will not mention your name. And boys, now you're weak. The natural remedies so
Obi, I'm not entirely against aphrodisiacs. I'm just saying in principle, say there are some people who are taking it and yet do not need the sexual enhancements. I mean, we prescribe medications to help people with erectile dysfunction and things. So I can't be entirely against what the worrying trend I've seen is that people take it like food. And there are people who ordinarily would not have had any business with these young age, very and things like that. And if there's a real complaint from your Sunday text, the partner, because most times that's where the feedback comes from. But when no one is complaining about no fee, say also could be 2 hours.
2 hours. No, 2 hours. 2 hours.
Really anyways, if there's no complaint from the partner, then you don't need
that.
As our top pressure amount.
Top pressure amount. It Friday, any and take more want me have text messages now, man. 0302216546 and 0548955947. Beginning the year right series. Yeah, Dr. William Okyere Frempong and AD and Komo. Good evening.
Obi.
Yes, maybe that's why
Maybe Obama.
Yeah, Obama, I was Suhum, right?
Obama, I was
great. Obama, my NTO.
The follow on the doctor conversation. I'm say, Messiah Baby. Now, Obi, me how do you say every December, somewhere to the end of December. But you read early January, first week, second week, but now, echo. Messiah Mastadia, who say, you read December, echo a later part of December. That's end of December no. Now I started one getting, but you read the January more. Now I say echo by 2 weeks time in January. Now echo. Oh, me coming fair to and so I don't know. Applications, Miss Wana.
Okay. You, Doc, be here no why? Yeah, Doc, it's you. What I say? Also, what I say? Why? Be here no amount. Good. Ain't my ear shave? There is another caller. Too bad. But more than I also free. Now, ain't you? Good. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, may I find any power? Maybe I'm fra we radio no I'm an from my near number is 0548 955 947 and 0302216546 ofra we radio ne conform near timmy. Oh, too bad. Facha na also sign so afraid. Ekosi says in the beginning the year right series and the February. Good evening.
Hello.
Maybe I'm
and that's all a friend with Kenneth, but not one half family tilapia.
Tilapia, how can I free?
In fact, you are 37.
37. Tilapia, me and you. Me and you.
Make sure Dr. Power, I had the some person in this exercise. Which one is the best? Is it in the morning or in the evening?
Okay.
So be exercising in the morning.
And that's all minutes
in the morning.
Okay.
And I say you choose to do it in the evening, 30 minutes.
Okay. I think it's a good question. And no.
But with the water no. Now some person in this say water no. A share of water and I say a bottle of water should be taken because sometimes if you look at say 4, if you say 5, and I say you say 6, which is
bottles of water in a day.
Yes.
Okay.
With the 500 ml.
Okay.
Yes.
Mate.
Yes.
Mate. Yeah, that's it. Why? It's 37 for you now. Also, friend, na into beginning the year right, and health. We've gone through 10 rules for healthy living in 2023. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Maybe I'm wine here. Eja kasa friend. Achim Eja me pa so yeti o ma won so kakra ma ni nti o.
Yo me pa cho bebre. O doctor, na me sure no wona dwuma wona yen asmo de ma yen ne dia we. Na ye pese kakra. Enne se o so na wo ton de ma. Aye over the counter ne bi. Dia wo tia nan de ba. Bring the generation. Ona yare se sia e wo.
What's it? Yeah, man.
2 seconds, 5 seconds. Who were you?
Just a premature ejaculation.
No.
Then I was born is saying no.
Me catch her now. Want to me?
Me catch to I swear.
Yeah, I'm writing about me to super back on no. You best say keeping education because I'm writing the three. Will be about 23 years, 34 years. Especially those below 40 years. I'm a young can see a pa.
Yeah, I know my James is here.
Yeah, so Fitama and that's all, but to only baby. What's saying? Yes, I didn't know. In fact, I didn't ban. The best African more education must be given to us.
Okay.
The youth nowadays know what to do.
Me that's pa why that's a good point. Yeah, that's it. Don't be here no Eddie Amamo. Ekosi saying beginning the year right series and the year health. We've gone through 10 rules for healthy living and doc ne achen you be brave. Busa question na onyiano ma good.
Doc but your friend Joseph me ka say free adabraka.
Joseph
maybe the question is and maybe there was some small issue be and I say I'm feeling some twitch at the temple, right side of the temple of my head. I don't know what could be the possible causes of that.
Right side of the temple of your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a twitching like a pulse feeling, a back neko.
Okay. You, Mate, why? Dog control be yano at the amount. Yentie so 10 rules for healthy living 2023. Good evening.
Good evening.
Me pacho wine here.
Gajulani from United States of Lawale.
My intio.
Obi, Michelle Pava. Obi said, me, dear Hampa, me, the run of far. You won't say me, sit by me far. From the same then.
Oh, sorry, I'm not pebble, uti pile. Onum alcohol.
If I just say,
Onum alcohol.
That we no alcohol.
Sandia, and your hangover.
Maybe be a driver or maybe
okay, Mate, I think baby I want to do the Nintiama me questions no na onte. Good evening.
Good evening.
Me ba cho hwan ni?
Osebonsu. And Osebonsu ba cho Adoa, Godfrey Adoa.
Oh, Godfrey Adoa, Bronx in New York. Godfrey. And there Nyame adom watimi aba mami ntio.
Almost 20 times.
Kafra.
Yes, so I community concern, a minor community concern, a Ghana community concern. So, we put my way, and you just beginning. The year right. I need Dr. Okyere Frempong, Michael Body, Damiche, Richmond Frempong. Okay, come over and say some outreach program. Be at Pentecost for Copper Ecoye about some song. Nanka, I finish that is a and come market to market and station, lorry station, Nanka. A movement mounted platform to say the MVP fund and NDC for Ecoye a year, Moko. How many amount for Casano? So, market to market. Now can simply no more preach Ghana mine because you say no Ghana man and the normal see you then no Macassa be say any church be say and I'm okay catch any tia. I remember mine Apeja and I said for the past 3 days. Yeah, we any so okay the way amount for free sim and I say any so so. You come to me say and can start to say, come on, color station, marketing, you know, the big Mumunya Quenya, ain't you? Muya, no more critic platform, now, man, for Baba Common Sama. Now, my mind is so if you get a money, so much I make any. And so, committee concern, I come to next time, next Tuesday, and I said Thursday.
Fantastic. Medase pa. Yechia New York for more Bronx, Papaya and all those areas. Yechia Munina and Enyumre. Eva Tano Pakra. Good morning to all of you. Good evening.
Good evening, Obi.
Me pacho, why ni enyanui?
Pacho, F1 and Nikasal.
F4.
Obi, I think you are not using the other line. I've been calling for more than 30 times. You are not picking that line. You are using 2 lines.
You know, I don't pick the calls here.
I know.
The production team does that.
Producers,
okay.
They should check the other line. So that's why I come to this line.
Very well.
I don't normally use this line.
Very well.
Obi, me, F4 and Nikasal because I'm in my mid-50s. Then I think say if I've got these teachings for the past 20, because I'm a victim of Adianidi, ever net, direct papa. Give me the me come and you fully say, cause Obi, I told the bin on Antia. Say, and I do Ubedu La Pass, me in Botoba, the Adi, and I do 10 o'clock, will be difficult. And people feel like when he buys food and a lot of meat and fish on it, like, and people don't say, yes, who you are. Like,
live good, good. Yeah.
Who dinner will be also we now, it's a Uniasia Diama. Now, ultimately, if I tell me, Bisa, dogs there. Uber Accra Center, there are a lot of people, when they are eating, you see them eating and taking soft drink. Like, Odi Amua, I saw no soft drink. Odi Difu, no soft drink. Now, me person, me Bisa, Sadi News,
I think it's a really, really good question. Doc, my yensha si the abana yes I also be brebe hard drink. Maybe we start from the last one. No be the dinner or no soft drinker. The papa was say encourage.
Okay, so let me put this out there. Say when it comes to technical issues about feeding. So there are appropriate professionals who would
nutritionists, dietitians.
I'm answering this as a generalist. Just saying that I wouldn't find any difficulty, except that my concern now would be how much of that are they taking and how much is required and how much of the food are they taking. So are they going to end up, because and only a simple sugars into the soft drinks, once you take it gets into the bloodstream quicker. The complex ones that would have to be broken down, wake up faster until just shoots the blood glucose high. And I'm talking about the things that we cause that do that put and not present a strain on the pancreas to produce insulin and things like that. How high is this person going to end up shooting their sugar levels, and is that safe and healthy for their well-being? So I would approach it from that point of view, and also to say that if it's something that is being done every day, carbonated or fizzy drinks also have a certain way of demineralizing your bones, etc., and things like that. Those would be my concern. But I would also say that obia or better clarity. Let them speak to a dietitian and drill down on that. But certainly anything,
I think we have to arrange and get one dietitian in studio.
Anything in excess is certainly not helpful. I don't know, be talking about headaches in the morning, but you're exploring. I don't know what you're exploring the various possibilities, but we couldn't. So we'll still answer this generally to say that yes, the body is a certain system where anything that goes off in one aspect presents in another aspect. Could it be fatigue? Could it be stress? Could it even be it needs to see an optician or whatever? Or could it also be hypertension? Generally they don't show any of these signs that they're hypertensive, but some people will pick these dull headaches and things like that here because the pressure and things has risen. Some people can be very particular about these slight headaches and things like that. And he should really go to the clinic. One of the rules we share and say only be our uncle clinic this year, just go and have, even if you are not ill, then go to the wellness side and have a conversation. Say this is what then they can do some basic measurements, and if there's a need to follow up deeper. Now the gentleman who called with the twitch, say right side
of the head,
there's a certain kind of condition that is classic for that. And again, I'll be guessing if I say that that's, but generally spasms of the blood vessels when it undergoes spasm, touches the facial nerve, and there is this painless twitching that some people experience in some conditions, but within with every condition there could be several others that have to be ruled out and things. And if he's having this recurrent, I'm saying to him, say onko nearest clinic and then let them review, say enye bibia life threatening, they'll let him know so that he can be at peace. The next one, I think gentleman before said he's from a drug shop or something. No, can say erect.
I'll say complaint and see a few young guys. It's
part of where I'm coming from. That I also see an over abuse of the aphrodisiac. So now they become dependent. And there's also this performance anxiety. They want to impress, and psychologically, so all of this, and then alcohol, drugs, fatigue, etc. And some of them are even attempting sex with people and in places that are not even safe. There's all this urgency to get it over with. So there are lots of things that we need to talk about with these people who are experiencing that. Even for adults who come with these complaints, and then you prescribe for them. You need to rule out whether there are other
physical conditions that you can deal with, which would remove or negate the need for giving them this medication. Obi bisa a question about I think water intake, daily requirement.
Yeah, daily requirement.
So I'll put it to be at least a minimum of 2 liters, which is Obisa say, how does it work with the pure water? Say pure water near 500.
Yes,
and 4 2 liters in a day. So you can do between 4 to 5 to 2 to 2.5 liters in a day is adequate, because the studies have shown that a normal adult, that's how much of water you lose in a day. So if you replenish, then you are creating a healthy balance. But also in the times when you exert more, what it means is that you need more than or when it's dry and humid, such that you are sweating more and things, or make you sweat a lot, that means you would lose more. So you can look at that. So 2 to 2.5 liters. Question about exercise, whether
also which time anopa and I say
time of day. So let me confess here again that I'm limited in my appreciation of this into that specific detail, and I wouldn't be able to say but in the understanding I have about the body's function, I wouldn't think say any particular time a more better. But again, I'll defer to a professional on this. And now besides which exercises and things, generally we say the aerobics. So anything that makes you increase the heartbeat or the rate, and then also causes you to sweat, moves blood around the body better. So those that rely on oxygen, as opposed to the ones that you are static and maybe lifting or something, those ones are not particularly aerobic in nature. So jumping ropes,
skipping ropes,
swimming is another good kind, biking another good kind, bricks walking. You sometimes and yet nanti and because nanti and there almost you would walk, but it has to be intentional. So there has to be some pace to it that is faster than the usual, so that now you are stimulating the heart to respond differently than you are at a leisurely pace. I'm say questions now. I'm sure you know. I think the last one about respiratory obi kasa or cold or say that was associated with December and things like that. And also we need to explore that further. It could be seasonal cold, or there's somebody who is also bringing it, whose visits either children are coming back from school, SS or
now almost a few school
and so then they deal with it and then it clears by a year, or so there could be other possibilities that make this seasonal, either as weather pattern or whatever, or something that he's coming into contact with that is exposing him to, because these ones they are communicable. You catch it, you pass it on to somebody and things like that. So he can review those environmental circumstances.
Sure. Obisa comments like, as a human being, you should have a little alcohol in your blood. Are they justifiable medically? In our local dialect, almost say yefno yadienti eyanom kakra kweju edu pako e wachi mesuom na the way aba enti is there justification for having a little alcohol in your system?
I indicated say the literature or the science is still out there. There's been a long-standing say there's some level of alcohol intake that is protective. How much that sum is not being ascertained, but I have also seen recent studies that are suggesting that, in fact, for all the harmful effects, it's eventually outweighs the positives. Stay away. That's what I'll say to this person. Say yes, if you read some literature, you'd find that it suggests that there is some cardioprotective benefits that some amount of alcohol confers on an individual, but also it emphasizes that it is a very moderate or minimal, because also the way the body, God designed the body, is that it's also able to produce its own alcohol.
Or within our body.
Yes. So for whatever it needs, it can produce it. So if you do not really need to take it because you've heard say from somewhere that you need to take it for, you can as well be off it and have the same level of protection.
Oh, okay. And that's the responses to more questions are more de eba, and I was say yeshene yama dog hitime ko ekoko to juma, so he's been really helpful for us and and we did say waye in Shrabebre amayen evangelist Brad Dela on Facebook. Obi, please ask doc if it is advisable to eat white bread and if eating gives pot belly. Thank you. Eating it depends on the time of the day. I don't know, but
I think he's relating it to the white bread.
Yeah, to white bread.
So we like I said with the eating, I said the more fiber, the better.
Yeah.
So if by white bread, he means that bread that has been with fine flour, sieved, and all of that. So the whole wheat bread. Yes, the whole meal bread is better than the very
way with flour
fine one.
Obesity is a major public health concern in Ghana, Africa, and the world. It's recommended that you exercise regularly and eat properly. It's only it's only children who should eat at least 3 times a day. As an adult, you don't necessarily need to eat 3 times a day. You can survive on eating twice a day. If you eat thrice a day, cut down on your content or amount, especially for your lunch and supper. Citizen Kwesi Blue we impressed about Doc. That's from Paul Inti. Doc is grateful. We say if indeed we need these questions, it must start from the youth. But okay, and this one says most practitioners frustrate us as well. And you say most of the doctors are always angry when you ask them questions, partly due to the pressure on them. Into as time on spending with patients, okay, this one says, Obi, please let him understand that trees don't wear nose masks nor have vaccines, yet they are still standing there strong. Really? Reynolds in Thomas. They are there. Who did he pay to turn their home? Charlie. Okay. We said, Obi, my bread issue. I think we've responded to the bread issue. Thank you. Good afternoon, Obi. This is great education from Doc. Some of the reasons why most of us fail to visit these healthcare centers regularly, unless we fall sick, is the cost, the behavior of some health practitioners, and inaccessibility of certain practitioners, especially psychologists and nutritionists in our relatively smaller healthcare centers. I pray you give more attention to them this year. Thank you. Citizen Kwesi Blue again says, Obi, you can choke on food, especially dry food. Small water intake during eating is fine. We say, Obi Aiko, I beg, concerning the exercise, please ask Doc. Those of us who have to wake up, fetch water, sweep, wash our cars before stepping out, do we still need a gym? So there is some form of exercise. Or no sense you. I've been washing a car.
But what we're emphasizing says the exercise needs to be intentional and deliberate. Okay. It's not say it's an off product of
other routine. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Obi, is it good to drink soda when eating food? I'm watching you live from Maryland in the US of A. Let me see. We say, okay, most doctors in our generation, blah, 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 full theory than practical. Okay, we say, listen to them well. Those are some Facebook back and forth on Facebook. Obi, please ask Doc whether it is helpful to Google symptoms and medications of diseases and adhere to them. Kwesi Reynolds are going to be and some form of self-medication, right? Yeah. In Kwesi, as much as possible, no, you don't have to Google symptoms. Speak to professionals. Na omomo appeal before meal there. Doc, it's very important. You koswe. Kosona udina appeal beji we this. We say Isaac Mando Boche on YouTube, listening to Dr. William from the US of A. Great education and presentation. Doc will keep leading. Obi, kindly tell him, say I'll let him take me to the UN Zoo soup joint and the seafood diet. Where Dr. Isaac Butcher.
Oh, great guy, great.
Okay.
Yeah, very great guy. Hopkins professor.
Oh, okay.
Now in somewhere in Georgia.
Wow,
yeah.
wow.
My good friend.
Oh, okay. In the doctor, bro, Ghana, I don't call. I'm working UN soup. Sure. And Nambia do me for UN soup. There are some joints to Accra how when UN soup anum. In Ghana.
You Dominic
UN soup. Oh, bye. Come on. But doc, it's been really helpful. You coming through.
My absolute pleasure. Sure, and I wish your listeners the best of the year.
Fantastic.
So there's every reason to be hopeful and positive. And I wish them an incredible year. Yeah. This year, may they hear the inaudible, see the invisible, and do the impossible by God's grace.
Amen.
Shalom.
Yeah, that's it. And the doctor, William Okyere Frempong, and Motere Nkano, another doctor from Washington, D.C. Dr. Dakwa says, will be a little wine for thy stomach, O Theophilus. Apostle, away a quote of Apostle Paul. Also, but I don't drink anyway, I hear. Doc, yeah, that's it. We say, Obi, okay, in the question Reynolds, point no has been answered. They say, wow, Google na okope medications near the IS, a form of self-medication, which is not really good.